Hey guys, it's Kristen. Okay, so I'm so sorry right now. Okay. Yeah. So today is May 2nd. It is 11:03 a.m. And yeah, I'm doing something different again. Well, like different background. Like I said, I'm trying like whatever. Because right now I don't have like an office. I mean, I do, but there's a lot of stuff that needs, to be put in storage or whatever. I was thinking about maybe rearranging the office in my dad's house that might used to be my mom's office for her artwork. And so I was thinking about rearranging that room and maybe using that as, you know, to do my videos. So I think that's gonna be like the next kind of big thing I'm gonna start working on and doing, but that's gonna take some time, because I've got two kids right now that are just crazy. They're crazy right now. My 4-year-old Wiley, I love him, but he's been a challenge lately. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna start like a chart with, those like gold stars, kind of get him to behavioral kind of things, trying to figure out what can work and all of that. Because my parents, whenever I was a kid, used to spank a lot, and that was what they wanted to do and decided to do. And I don't have any, you know for a long time I had kind of, bad feelings about it, but at the same time, like now I don't, whatever. But yeah, I just don't want to do that with my kids unless it's like absolutely something that is like really unacceptable. But other than that, I just trying different things to figure out behavioral kind of things with him. So yeah. And then my 2-year-old is, also crazy and cries a lot. It's weird. It's like Wolf and Wiley are a little bit alike, but they're exactly opposite. So it's it's definitely it reminds me it's exactly like my younger brother Josh and my middle brother Clayton. Exactly. Like I'm used to that. Like I'm used to how they acted the whole childhood like that. So it's not hard. It's just doing it my own way as a parent. It's hard to, figure out how to get them the bad behavioral, going. But anyways, if I keep pulling on my shirt, because the shirt will keep going up. So if it's annoying, I'm sorry, but it's just this shirt likes to keep moving and it's supposed to stay, but sometimes, just doesn't. Yeah, so I have my Himalayan salt lamps over here. And, yeah, I probably should have lit this up, but I kind of don't want it to go on fire. I just kind of like the way that it looked. And I was going to light some incense because I just thought, last week I didn't do a video. I wanted to do a video so bad. It was bothering me so bad. But I was just having a lot of hard energy, like really deep energy. And I know that I've been having really negative energy being sent to me. I know by some certain people, and it's been trying to get that to not affect me and, working on myself. Because the main thing is I'm very well, like, my intuition and spiritual side and all of that. But I can admit whenever I am not good with routine, like constant going. And that's been like one of the hardest things for me. And that's what I've been working on, because I know that's what I need to work on, and like to mature more, is to keep going with the routine. I have a routine like with my kids where I it's because it's something kind of like I have to do. But I mean, I love it. It's just when it comes to, like, I guess, doing work or doing this kind of stuff, the routine, you know, that's been the struggle for me. But this last, I think I want to say now it's been a month and a half where I have been going to the gym every single day, 5 days a week, and I give myself 2 days to, recover. But I've been going to the gym every day for the last month and a half now. And I'm like so proud of myself. Like, and it feels great. It feels great to be able to do that, because for so long, for so many years, I was just always sick. I was always having health problems. There was times like I couldn't get out of bed, or, I had fevers all the time, and just couldn't, that was something that was, also in my head. Mentally, I was not in a good place for a long, long, long time. Like I said, like last year was the year after my mom died, just something kind of clicked in my head, you know, that things needed to change with my life and with me. And my life is not going to change unless I change myself and what's going on with me, basically. So last week was really rough. There's just been a lot of things that I've been, questioning, and I'm not going to make haste decisions on certain things, because I want to make sure on certain things, like to make sure the decision, like to make sure I know exactly that it's a yes for sure or a no for sure on some things, because some of them are things that I cannot go back to after I make that decision or whatever. So, and it's on quite a few things, but it's personal stuff. Like, I don't really want to talk. I just don't want to talk about that yet, because that is just really, really, really personal things. And I just know that there's some things that I don't want to talk about on these videos. Like, there's just some things that I feel like I talk a little bit about my family, but I don't put it all out there. And as you see, I don't really post a lot of pictures. I used to be like all about posting pictures of myself a long time ago. And of course that's fine. You're feeling yourself, whatever, you take a picture. But at the same time, I don't know. I just don't do that anymore. For a while, and I'm gonna say while, I never felt the need to take a selfie or picture of myself and post it online. Go, hey, look at me, or I mean, it's okay sometimes. You need that little uplift, but I just knew, like, the external validation. I don't need that. I used to want that, and needed that. But now that I've worked on myself and my self-esteem and confidence, I don't need that external validation anymore for any of that, because I know I'm good looking. So, and some people, they may not think I'm good looking. I don't really care. I know I'm good looking for myself and how I feel. So whatever. So I'm going to do this instance real quick before I keep talking, but I want to explain, like, this is what Google says, by the way. So I don't know if it's correct, but yeah, anyways, I'm going to light some incense. So this one's called, I forgot, was it? Whoops. Dragon blood. I didn't know if I had any other name to it. So I guess what this instance really works for, because Pluto retrograde happened or started yesterday. And so this dragon blood incense is used for it. So as Google says, as a deep and powerful fragrance or incense is a great spiritual catalyst. The scent is aligned to honor and power and can help connect with your core during any kind of meditation or spiritual prayer. It evokes profound inward healing and empowering the mind to reach its full spiritual potential. And I thought, you know what? That actually goes very well with what's going on with Pluto retrograde right now, especially as we're all trying to find that power within ourselves of standing up to certain things that are maybe disempowering us or not in the right direction or not for us. And then also knowing the things that are good for us, or knowing what is good and what is the right direction and going towards that. So yeah, anyways, I am going to light this incense up. Light it up, up. I should have got, well, I did get this. I guess I can put that on there, but a Fall Out Boy song came on my head when it's light it up, light it up. I'm on fire. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to cleanse, like, I need to honestly cleanse. Well, actually, no, I didn't cleanse my energy. I mean, I've done some Reiki. Like I had Reiki done on me for a few times. And that's the other thing is this is a time where we're all trying to figure out what's really right for us. And like I said, there's nothing that I feel is the wrong way unless it's negatively affecting your life and other people. I feel like whatever works for you and your life, then do it. If there's other people that have a problem with it, sucks for them. They're not living your life. So, and there's nothing wrong too with asking questions. And I will say this, because I at least appreciate when people come to me to ask questions and less just like assuming. But and here's the thing, I'm just going to say this. I had someone come to me. I'm going to do the first one because there was two people that are involved in this. So I had someone come to me and it was a family member. And they asked me, because about the last video that I did. And they asked me, something that I said on there. I'm not going to say what it is, but something I said on there, they had thought that I was talking about them. And I wasn't, because if there are certain things that I'm going to talk about or certain people in general, you'll know, because I will say a family member, or I'll even say the name, but most of the time I will say kind of who it is, that if they're really close to me, like, you'll know. But my intention for my videos is not to get onto people or talk badly about people. or make you feel bad about yourself. You know, a lot of the things, you know, if you're feeling bad or feeling like I am, it's not that. It's, if it's coming off that way, it's coming in a way of, you know, I'm just trying to get you moving into a different direction, or you know, to think differently. That's it. I would never, and I'm just going to say this, and most people know this, is I am not the person to sit there and start talking badly about other people, and to make other people triggered or upset, and use them as a, I guess, a callus for my videos, because that is never the intention. These videos that I do are always just me talking about my experience and things that I've learned to help other people in their lives, and that's it. I hope that everyone, or most people, know that that is never my intention at all. And I wanted to at least say that, because I don't know if anybody else has felt that way. And if not, whatever. I just wanted to put that out there and really cleanse this energy, because I know I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good, and today's a good day. Like, today's a really good day to do the things that you need to do. But last week, for some reason, was really rough, and I know I'm not the only one. I know that it's been a lot of people just going, they're recognizing things and questioning things, which is good, Bring that stuff up. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of your own self too, and the things that you need to work on. And, you know, because like, none of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. I am definitely not perfect, and I will never say I'm perfect and that I am, you know, all knowing or better than other people, or I would never, you know, I would never say that, or be, you know, be like that, because I'm not. Because I have my own dark wounds and deep shadows, you know, that I have, and that we'll have to continue to work on, and honestly be open about, because like I said, a lot of people aren't open about things like that. And people can say, like, you know, I'm too open, but you know what? That's the whole point, is people aren't used to that. That's why people are very, that's why it's also hard for me to have connections with people and make friends, because I am so open, and I'm like ready to be like deep, deep conversations. Because superficial conversations and small talk, I can do that. That's fine. There's no problem with that. But it's, after a certain point, I'm just like, okay, let's get into it. Let's go, you know? So anyways, yeah, last week was really rough. And I'm actually going to put this over here. I think that'll be cool. And I at least knew that I needed to work on what was coming up. I was having a lot of anger as well. And I know I've had issues with anger, and maybe that is also like my inner teenager coming out, the angry, you know. And I continued to keep going to the gym. So I was, and you know, I'm on the treadmill now for like an hour and a half. And I know I need to start working on some more, like, other exercises and things like that. But, you know, I'm just building myself up. But I just knew that I needed to at least continue to do that. And my youngest son, Wolf, also was sick, had some kind of stomach virus. And, you know, I had to take him home early one day, and it was just one of those weeks where I had to pay very close attention to myself and make sure that I wasn't sending out that kind of energy to people either. I didn't want to send that out, I guess, because I feel like if I'm not in the right place, spiritually and energetically and frequency wise, then I just don't think it's right to do a video, because I feel like I'm sending out not great energy to people, and that's not what I want to do. And I know that when the time comes with any other opportunities and I have to, then I have to find other ways to figure that out and how to work on that. And that's what I'm trying to do. I think in this moment in my life, I'm trying to figure that out, trying to figure out how I can do that. And I know I'm getting there, but I'm not. And see, I think the hardest thing for me, and I know, is I'm patience. When it comes to certain things, patience is very hard for me. And especially when it comes to things that I'm like, that's what I want. I want to be there. That's what I'm going to get, whatever. It's yes, it's the instant gratification thing, but it's more of the when I know when I'm working, it's more of the patience part of I already want to be there. And I'm learning that this process of going through it all instead of just jumping there in the first place has been better for me, because it also makes me has more gratitude for the place that I'm at right now and where, like, how it's all been going. And yes, it's frustrating. It is frustrating, but at the same time, it's extremely rewarding, like I said, and I have so much gratitude for just where I'm at in life right now. Not everything is exactly where I want it to be, but that's life, you know, that life isn't always going to give you everything. But at the same time, maybe it does. You know, that's the whole thing of mindset. You know, we work on mindset and the way that we think and send out. And so maybe you can have everything. And that's the whole point with this Pluto retrograde right now, is all of us are kind of going through regrouping back too, and looking at the things in our life to make sure that, are we sure we want to, you know, be in certain situations anymore, or do certain things, or maybe the behaviors that we have been putting out, or just anything, you know, because like I said, I don't want to be like, make myself self-centered or whatever. I use me as an example because that's me and all that God, you know. But it's yeah, it's just, I want it to, like, resonate, I guess, to make you kind of think about what's going on in your life. But one of mine has been because right now, definitely, like, my kids is one of them. With the behavior, they're, like I said, they're both right now they're opposite. So one is acting in an extreme way, and the other one's acting in an extreme way in a different way. So to balance myself and to not basically lose my shit, um is that's what I'm working on, and it's not like when I lose my shit, I'm just saying, like, I sometimes I yell. I don't want to, but sometimes it happens, and that I know this happens to every mom. I mean, this is just something that is inevitable. It's just I don't want to be that way. And so, and I'm not that way all the time. I'm just trying to figure out ways to fix that, or different ways to work, like I said, different ways to work with my children and to work on myself. Because when I was a child, and even in my teenage years, I was never taught how to work with my emotions and, like, to regulate them. And like I said, or my self-esteem, confidence, whatever. I was never taught that. And didn't taught any of that. So I was a fucking ball mess my whole life, It was just chaos. But a fun chaos, not well, and messy chaos too, I guess. But I always, like, there's always a trail of mess coming down, but in a good way, you know. Yeah, so that's one example there. And another one is, like I said, I've been going to the gym every day, making sure I go every day, because it's a way for me to also work through my emotions. I'm figuring this out, that, like I said, when I used to dance, that was a way for me to get my emotions out, to get what was going on in here, to get it out, to basically put that energy out, instead of keeping it in. Because even though I have a lot of fatigue issues and stuff like that with my health problems, I still have a lot of energy that is not directed in the right way, or, like I said, was never taught how to put that, or what to do with it, or how to regulate it. Cannot talk. Mercury retrograde, dude. But it's a good one. It's just I can't talk. But yeah. So anyways, um another one, I'm trying to think. Another one, I guess, is like, oh, and this is, I think, something that everybody's going, a lot of people are going through, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people are going through, is, picturing your life, or manifesting law of attraction, whatever you want to call, or what you use, God, is making sure that, if you're asking for anything different in your life, or expecting or trying to manifest something that's different in your life, or wanting different or better, or whatever, just anything, is to watch out and be very careful, make sure that it is the right thing for you, and that it's for your highest and greatest good, and making sure that it's not something that's kind of deeply inside, that may be something that you need to work on with yourself, and just making sure it's right for you, and it's not something that you want just because of some kind of, I don't know the word for this, something for your ego, basically, I guess is what I'm saying. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I mean by that, I guess. Yeah. And then I wanted to say one more thing too, because I don't want to like, I'm skipping, so I'm so sorry. Because I just completely remembered. So, the second person that came up with the last video that I talked about, and I know this is like completely switching the subject to what I was just talking about, but I did want to also like say this, but this was someone that came to ask me about astrology and God, or you know, she asked me if she could ask me a question about it, and that hopefully I didn't get offended, or hopefully I won't get offended. And here's the thing is, please ask me questions if you have questions about anything or want to have a conversation. I always will have conversations with people, even if I don't know you. I'll have conversations with you. But don't be afraid to ask me a question. You know, I'm hopefully like people are realize that, like, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying or what I talk about or whatever, that's fine. You know, we can agree to disagree. And like I said, I want people to be themselves. I don't want anybody to think the way that I do, or go and do what I say just because I'm saying it, or just because it sounds good to you. Like I said, my videos are to hopefully help other people so they don't make the same mistakes that I did, and hopefully wake people up to not go down the path that I did and the path that I took, because the path that I took was a long one, and I had to learn a lot of hard fucking lessons to get to where I am today. And I mean, I'm still grateful for those hard lessons too, though. That's the whole thing, is I'm grateful still, because fucking one, I'm still alive. So I'm grateful I'm still here. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do these videos and help other people. And I'm just grateful for everything that I have, honestly, because there's things that I thought that I wouldn't have or wouldn't happen, and they did. It was the moment that I let go and just said, you know what? This is what I want, but if it's not meant to be my life, it's not meant to happen, then whatever. And that's exactly in the moment. It was just like, that's when it happened. When I stop thinking about it, I get, that's the whole crazy thing about manifestation, and, or, even God is, you go, hey, this is what I want, or this is what I'm asking for. If it's meant to be in my life, it's the highest and greatest good, let it be, and let it go. Stop trying to control it. And like I said, that is another one. I am so I am so bad with control. That is the hardest thing for me. Hardest thing. There are some things I try to control so bad. And I know that is one thing I have been working on for years. And I'm doing better. I am a lot better than I was. But there's still some things, like now what I'll catch myself doing is I'll ask for something, manifesting it. But then I start trying to look into it more and more and more and more. And then I'm like, okay, it looks like it's going to happen. Maybe it's going to happen this day, or it's going to happen that day, or it's going to happen this, and it's just letting it go. Because that was the other thing with when I was dealing with infertility, that was one of the hardest times of my life, was going through infertility. That was a very lonely and sad experience in my life, because most people don't understand, especially if they've never gone through it. They don't understand. And that goes with anything though in life. If you've never gone through it, then you don't understand. But that's not the point. Even if you don't understand what somebody's going through, or what's happened to them, that still doesn't, still doesn't give you the right to not try to understand, or try to be there, or, like I said, at least try. But a lot of people, they're so scared. They're so scared, or they're fearful of something that's going on with them, that they don't reach out to that person that's going through something hard, or they don't go for whatever they want, or because they're scared that something's going to happen to them, or because what we've been taught, that's our whole lives, like I said, society standards of everything, of how we should live our lives and what we should do. And I already kind of knew this whenever I was young. I was like, why is everybody just fucking going to college and thinking college is the shit in that? So that's just, how is that, how does that make you happy? Because I met doctors, I've met lawyers. I mean, whenever in my young 20s, it was just, I saw this, and they did not look happy. And a lot of them weren't happy, but it was because money, or whatever status that they could get, is what it was, like an ego fulfillment of, or it was also because society standards and how we live, of this is how you should do, this is how you should be. And if you're not that, then you're not successful. But it's funny, the most successful people that I know are the most unhappy people. And I've always said this too, is I've been lucky enough to live a great life and to have things a lot. And like I said, I've had things happen to where I have had everything taken away, and had almost everything, or had the things that I need. So it's always kind of been back and forth, or sometimes it's that or the other. But it's usually the times that I didn't have anything, or barely anything, or no money, that I was the happiest, because I wasn't worrying about money. I wasn't worrying about that. I just felt kind of free. I finally felt like I could breathe, because it's just more of, like I said, that's been one of my wounds. And like even Chiron, that's my wound, is fear of loss and fear of financial security. And that's something that I have to work through in my life. And so that's what has been most of my life, has connected to me, or been a magnet to me, because energetically, if that fear and that insecurity is still there, that's what I'm going to attract. And that's what I attracted. And even though I may have attracted things that are good, and I'm grateful. Like I said, I'm grateful. But there's just been instances or people around me who are the fearful ones or put the fear on me of that. And I've noticed that that has been a test, in that it's been something that I have to break through, and I've been breaking through that. It's it's just been one of those things that, has been a journey to go through. And yeah, I feel like if your mindset is not in the right place, then that's what you attract. And that's what happened, when I was with infertility. I was just every month getting that negative test. It was always, I would tell myself, oh, you failed. You failed. You're not a woman. You're not a woman. You can't get pregnant. You're not a real woman. And I would tell myself all this negative things of that were not true. It's not true. See, I am a woman. Like, it's just because even if I couldn't have a kid, and maybe that wasn't in the lines for me, doesn't make me less of a woman. Doesn't make me less of a person, and doesn't make me any less anything. And the same thing for people who don't want to have kids. That's fine. Live your life, but don't push that on other people too, and push it on, it's the point of pushing agendas on others and opinions. And, there may be some times that I do that and maybe still not recognize it a little bit. But there are times, though, that you do have to have valid opinions. And like I said, there's just times for everything that are valid. But really, just during this Pluto retrograde, really think about how you talk to yourself. Think about the things that you do, want, or the things that are not going well in your life. Definitely start paying attention and making sure that, you take the right steps toward a better life for yourself. Because this is the whole point, is we can't help other people if we can't help ourselves. And we honestly can't love, and we can't be in a good relationship if you don't love yourself. And if you're not moving towards a better life, or being that leader for other people, being that example. Because that was the thing, was I knew that even doing these videos, it's even taught me that this is what I've wanted to do, wanted to be, but I also have to live that life, have to live a life of what I'm saying to people that watch these videos. I can't just talk and say, hey, I'm spiritual. Hey, this is what I'm learning and doing, and then turn off the camera and go off and keep doing the things that I say I'm working on, and then not work on them. Like, I'm not doing this right then. And I'm talking about fully living the spiritual life, fully living for myself and what I feel is good for me. For me, I've always had to do everything for other people. Everybody's always expected me to be there for them, or do certain things for them, or be a certain way, talk a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way. I'm done with that shit. I'm done. And if you don't like the way that I talk, you don't like the way I do my videos, don't fucking watch them. Don't. And honestly, at this point, it's sad that people would think certain things of me, but at this point, I can't make someone believe that I'm a certain way or I'm not like that. Because if you have a certain feeling about me or think that I'm a certain way, that's how you're going to think. I'm not going to change your mind, and I'm not going to try to change your mind about me, because that's not the whole point. The whole point is I'm trying to teach people how to be themselves, completely themselves. And it is going to piss some people off. People don't like that. So a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like, and it really bugs them whenever they see someone being themselves. And when they're doing something they love, but they don't have that in their lives. Or something's bothering them and they want to put you down. Or they want to find something to pick on. And like I said, I don't mind people coming and asking me questions. Please do. You can ask me questions. But I'm just going to say this, is I'm not going to talk shit about family, friends, people from the past, because that's not me. I don't do that. I don't do that. That's not what I do. And that was something that just also kind of really bothered me. And that's one thing I have to work on. And I've been working on that. And like I said, I'm doing better. I feel like I'm almost there. And maybe I am there. I just am being within myself and knowing that I don't have to please anybody anymore. And if somebody doesn't like something that I do or say, wear, act, whatever, I don't give a damn. I don't. Because that's the thing too, is you don't got to hang out with me. You don't have to, invite me to your shit if you don't like me. Even if it's family, you don't got to invite me. If you don't like me, why are you even having me there anyways? That's just, I'll hang out with somebody else that likes me. That's the other point too, is I've always, for a long time in my life, I've always had a hard time I've always wanted people to accept me and like me. And I would people please. Oh, I was such a people pleaser. That pisses me off that I was such a people pleaser. Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes me so mad. But you know what? I learned a lot from that though. So I don't do that shit anymore. I don't people please. I don't do it anymore. So that's, I mean, I just, because I just wanted everybody to accept me and love me. And I would be like, oh, what do you need? What do you want? Oh, I'll do that for you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put myself last. And then finally I said, fuck that shit. And started going to the gym every day. I started working on myself. I got my self-esteem back. I got my confidence. I woke up and realized that I've been living a fucking lie for a long time. And that being on, doing these videos has helped, and I hope it's helped other people. And it's also, even in personal life, I wanted to be an example for my children, for my family, for my friends, even though I don't really, I have very like one good friend. I have a few acquaintances I would call friends, but yeah, it just, I wanted to really actually, instead of saying I was going to do something, I did it. I would go do it. And I'm a person of, if I say I'm going to do it, or say I want to do it, or I'm going for it, I'm going to do it. That's the one thing that I know of myself that is truly me. And that's what I want you to think about yourself. What are the things that you should be doing that you're not doing, or that that you need to leave behind or stop doing, and do that. And start working on yourself and being better for yourself, because that's what I want for people. That's what I want. That's what I want. And that's what I want to do, is help others. And even though I've been treated not so well by people in humanity or in general, and there's times, yeah, I've been treated greatly. The point is it doesn't matter. All that matters is I want to be known for the person that I say I am. And that's why I'm doing these videos, and that's why I hope it's helping people. I really do. And I hope a lot more people can step up. And I know everybody has their own journey and their own timing too. Can't force somebody to wake up or see what's going on, or push them on the path, because we all have our timing. And yes, there is astrology that puts a collective in that kind of same energy, but we all have different paths, different timing on things. So not all of us are going to have things happen at the same time. Yes, we may have things that kind of resonate feeling wise, but it's different. It's still different in our own, in each and own way. And that it's okay if you're not happy where you're at in life. It's okay to still not be somewhere that you thought you were going to be, or thought you were going to get, or whatever. Because anything that has been rejected in your life is actually the most blessed. It's the most blessing. It's the biggest blessing, because that actually puts you on your path. That's like basically a sign of, well, that's not it. Now you're getting sent in the right way. And those are the times, even though you want to be mad or unhappy or sad, think of it differently. Think of it as it's putting you in your highest and best place in your life. And be happy that you're not going to a place that is not bad. So yeah. All right. Well, I think I've talked enough for right now. And like I said, it's been one hell of a fucking week last week. And so far this week has actually been okay for me. So I'm feeling I woke up today and I'm feeling amazing. I don't I and I'm guessing it's yeah. I'm just feeling really good today. I don't know, I'm just feeling really good today. So uh I know I need to work more on doing more videos and doing different things. And like I said, I feel like I need to look more into it, but I think I'm gonna get like a Twitch or what was the other one called? Uh I forgot. But I think I'm gonna do that to where I can have like schedule a like live videos so people can get on there and start asking questions and talk to me. So I think I'm gonna start doing that, and I'll probably do that like Friday nights or I don't know. So just if you can tell me, even send me if like say, oh, these nights are better, or because I most of the time I know people are working during the day, so it'd have to be later at night, which is fine with me because um my kids go to bed at like Wolf goes to bed around 8:30, and Wiley goes to bed at 9:30. So it would have to be probably like 10 p.m. until I can get on and actually talk to people. And so, and I was thinking that would probably be like Friday or Saturday nights. I would probably prefer Friday nights, maybe even Sunday nights. But yeah, I was thinking like doing something like that, start actually doing something different. So I think I'm gonna try that this week. Because like I said, I did say I was gonna do that. At least try it. So I'm going to make a username. I don't even know how this works, but I will post the information probably tomorrow or Thursday. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try it Friday night. See what happens. Like I said, I'm just trying different stuff, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, all that shit, all that fun stuff. But yeah, now I'm gonna go to the gym because it's noon and I gotta go to the gym. And then I'm gonna probably blast some music and start dancing and have some fun. And I think people like that video whenever I was working out and sort of working out, not doing a whole lot of working out. But I thought that was fun. I think I could do that again. Yeah, it was just more for people like I said, don't ever listen sometimes. You'll have doctors or people tell you, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. Oh, that will fucking break your back even more. That will fuck you up even more. Oh, that's not going to work." Don't listen to that shit. Don't. Like I said, it's all here. It's all here in what you think and what and no one else does. Because I was told that I wasn't going to be able to dance anymore or do any of that shit anymore. And after having sepsis, it was definitely one of those things of like, oh yeah, you're definitely fucking done for. Uh, no, no, I'm not. I'm a fucking badass warrior motherfucking mom. Can't touch this. I mean, you know, you know what I mean. But yeah, anyways, uh have a great day. I'm gonna figure out if I can't remember the other name for that video thing, but Twitch, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna post the information on Wednesday or Thursday, like I said. Either way, watch out for that post. Or maybe I could go Instagram live. Maybe I could do Instagram Live or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I'll post that information either way and figure out what works for some people. I might actually go ahead and just post something and see what people say on there. But yeah, anyways, I did want to say real quick, I haven't checked it. I checked, that hurts. I checked it I checked it last week because like I said, I don't get on Facebook and I don't get on Instagram. I don't do Twitter. I hardly do Snapchat. I'm not kidding you guys. I literally I just research astrology. I'm teaching myself astrology. Like I said, it's been like what, almost 4 years now. Was it 2019? 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, almost 4 years. So it's been almost 4 years I've been teaching myself astrology and researching and studying. And I'm not kidding when I say like I don't get on. I may get on TikTok for a little bit. I barely get on any of that shit because I'm not telling you, I've never felt better whenever I'm not on that shit. Because you're not then comparing yourself to other people in their lives because people are going to post, oh, look at my new house and look at all the things that I have and I'm happy with all this shit. And then posting their, themselves, their nice body, which good for you. Great, whatever. There's however many people that have a great body too and are beautiful. And that's, to me, it's always about, I feel like the most beautiful people are the ones that one, can express themselves, but two, know who they are, and you just know, like you can tell they have a good soul, and that makes somebody more beautiful than somebody that has the actual beauty physically. Because yes, you can be very, very beautiful and sexy or whatever. But if you don't have a good soul and you are just a dick or an asshole or a bitch or whatever, you're ugly. I'm not kidding. I will look at somebody and be like, you're fucking ugly. And it's a turn off. And that's just my opinion. It's my opinion. But I know it was probably a little harsh. But honestly, it's the people that know themselves and that I can tell, I can feel it anyways. But most people, it's that they know themselves. They work on themselves. They're overall just beautiful. Those are the people that I'm attracting in my life. And yeah, it's just mindset, all that. But yeah, anyways, no, I was gonna check real quick. Yeah, so yeah, it's the same right now. Because I went on my Facebook last week to check some messages because like I said, and if you send me a message, I'm sorry if I don't get back to you quickly, because sometimes I might, but like I said, I don't get on. I hardly get on. And yeah, so sorry if I don't get back to you quickly like that. Like I said, the quickest way to get to me, like I said, is if you really know me and you have my phone number and can text me. And like I said, even now too, texting, I don't text that much either. I am literally just now been doing my own thing. And that's another thing, a really big thing to think about is if there was no reason to work at all, let's say tomorrow we woke up and none of us had to go to work anymore and needed money. Just think of the mindset here. Didn't need to work, did not need money. What would you do? What would you do with your life? If you don't know and you're not happy with your path or you don't love what you do, think of that. What would you do? what would you do? Would you still love what you do now? And if the answer is no, then you're not on your right path. And you really need to think about that. And if you don't know, then you really need to go into yourself and find yourself. Like I said, it's not easy. And so it's okay to call on other people that you know, family, friends, even me. I may not even know you, but you can come to me. I'll talk to you. I've talked to plenty of random people in my life, tons of random people. And that's just what I love to do. That's what I love to do. And that's my purpose. I know that's always been my purpose. And then I may never see that person again. I mean, they may come into my life one time, and then I never see them again. But that was my purpose, was to give them whatever information that I gave them, and that was it. And hopefully they took it, But yeah, I checked my Facebook and I saw that I had 3.3 followers, or 3,300 followers, and because it was like 2.5 or something. And then it went to almost 1,000 more in a week or something. And I was just surprised. I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, no, thank you. Like, whoever watches these, like, thank you. That's awesome. I was so shocked. I was not expecting that to go up like that quickly. So yeah, thank you so much, like, for all support. Like, it's really, like, I'm not kidding. It makes me feel really good. And it makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, I would never, like I said, I would never like ask people to send me money or give me money or anything. Because that's not who I am. That's not what this is for. But if you are wanting to send a donation or tip or anything, I do have my link tree, I think, on my bio. Yeah, on my bio, and you can, get the information there to send that. But like I said, do not feel like you have to do that at all, because that is not the reason why I do these videos. So, but yeah, if you would like to, and feel free to, that would be amazing. That would be amazing, So yeah, anyways, thank you so much. If you've watched this whole thing, or even if you've only watched a little bit, just once again, thank you so much. And thank you for all the support and all the love. And yeah, just hold the gratitude and love and abundance in your life, and be thankful. Be thankful you woke up today. Just be thankful you woke up today. And know that when you wake up, say, today's gonna be fucking awesome. Fucking rock on, Yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm done. Have a great day. Bye-bye.